At least once a day, I have an idea to create, an idea to change, an idea to help. It has been this way as long as I can remember, dozing off into daydreams about what to create, having vivid ideas of racing through my mind while those around me wonder if I'm still there. I'm always there. It's my mind that's got me in other worlds. It's what gets me sidetracked when I am trying to accomplish one thing and I think of how I could do it another way, a better way. But I don't get sidetracked much. In my whole 17 years on this world, I can remember quite a few times I have been, but that's 17 years, which is a really long time. But to some, it's not, because I guess it's all relevant. See, I told you I don't get sidetracked. Anyways, these ideas come to me randomly, but recently I have noticed them coming right before I go to bed, sometimes right after I wake up in the morning. What I do about these ideas is my decision. Whether or not I choose to do something about them. Whether or not I choose to turn these ideas into realities. It's my decision whether or not I choose to create. But it takes more than just creativity to bring these ideas to life. It takes time, effort, and a constant understanding that there is always room to learn, improve, and grow. The more I tell myself this, the easier it is to accomplish my goals as a creator, as well as in my daily life. Thinking back on how my creations have changed over time, I have found that although some think that what makes all the difference is camera quality, audio quality, or in other words, the equipment they use, and this applies to almost anything. Better car means better racer, better instrument means better player, but in reality, I have found that these things do make a difference, just not a significant one in comparison to creativity, time, and effort that the person puts in. This means a lot to me, because despite your finances, your abilities and quality of work of your creations can still increase dramatically by putting in the work. I have seen this through each and every one of my creations. The quality increases, but the video is still the same resolution. That's the kind of quality I prioritize, because anyone can pick up an expensive piece of filming equipment, but not everyone can make quality work. Seeing my work get better motivates me to keep creating, because as my work's quality increases, so does the amount of ideas I have. And further than this, the complexity of my ideas increases as well. This makes me inch closer and closer to one of my goals, which is to create something brand new in this world that feels like everything has already been created. That's another thing that creating has done for me. It gives me hope. Because although this world has its rough patches and bad moments, it has its great patches and amazing moments as well. And creating gives me hope that whatever I can imagine, I can do. I have brought ideas to life that I never thought could be done. Like making a video that is connected from start to end. But that's a story for another day. Like I said before, creating gives me hope. Because of this, along with my amazing family and friends, creating has kept me happier than I have been in a long time. Although it feels like creating has always been my priority, I can assure you that is not the case. I have struggled at times in my past with obsessive behavior. It runs in parts of my family, and I know that doesn't necessarily mean that's why I occasionally struggle with it, but there is a pretty good chance. Earlier this year, I was in a different mindset. I was different. I was lost in myself, and long story short, I lost control of my obsessive behavior, and it ended up going into my eating and exercising habits. After over a year of fighting obsessive behavior, I won the battle on what was close to my last chance to do so. I was in the hospital for a month, bed rest, everything monitored, my heart rate dropping under 30 beats per minute at night, an IV in my arm, and a room alone, to find the person I seemed to have buried under obsessions. After the first couple of nights, everything felt different, as if a pressure that had held me was gone. I was a rare case getting better so fast. I had been close in the past, but seeing how sick I had made myself finally helped push me out of the unhealthy mindset. The one I had been in so long, it felt like reality, as if it was normal. It was very far from normal. A month later, and I was home, back to a much better life, where happiness wasn't something I had to dig up inside me, where it wasn't the end of the world if something went wrong in my mind. To this day, I haven't felt as grateful to be here, and I am sure I can say that again tomorrow. But about a month after returning home, the thing that made me 100% sure relapsing was out of the equation, that opened up a world of possibilities and made me feel something I hadn't felt in years, was when a family member let me borrow an old camera. I started taking my ideas, the creations my mind is always throwing at me, and I made them into more. I started creating. It is addicting, which is not usually what I would want to be doing after a near-death experience with obsessive thinking just months prior. But I am glad it is. Because anytime I experience obsessive thoughts, they go right into my creations. Although, since I started creating, the amount of obsessive moments I have experienced have dropped so much that they are rarely there. But if they ever are there, I use them to be productive. A drive to bring my ideas to life. A drive to create. Strangely enough though, even with the declining amount of obsessive thoughts that I had believed were pushing me to create, my drive to create, to bring my ever-growing ideas to life has not decreased at all. It has continued to grow and grow. I have more ideas than ever, and I am creating more than ever, even without any obsessive thoughts giving me a push to create. That was when I noticed that the push to create wasn't anything obsessive. It was just me wanting to do what I love. Now I believe that if you are passionate about creating, it is not a question of if you're going to bring your ideas to life. It is a question of when you will bring your ideas to life. With this in mind, life is short. But if you can take the time to do the things that you love, you will cherish every single second you have on this earth. A wise person told me that if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. I use this saying every single day, even when I am creating. I look forward to every moment I have to create, and I seize every opportunity I find. The definition of creating is to bring something into existence. This is very meaningful to me, as that is exactly what I want to do. I want to make sure that the ideas I have don't go unheard. Don't get me wrong, I don't believe I am some kind of second Einstein or something, but I do believe that the ideas I have should be out there for those who want to see and hear them. I think that they can help. I really do. I think that these ideas that I'm having can inspire people to do the things that they love. I think the ideas I have can help people to get to the places they want to be. Even if my creations do something as simple as giving someone a laugh on a day that they've been feeling down. Because as long as my creations are helping someone, I'm going to keep creating. And being that they are helping me, I can tell you right now that I'm going to be creating for a long time. Each and every creation I take on, I get more attached to. It takes me to another place, somewhere where anything you can imagine is possible, so long as you are willing to put in the time and the effort to make it what you believe it can be. Creating can be described in one word: exhilarating. Yet there have to be lines drawn, because if not, it would take a lifetime to perfect your creations. There is never quite a time when you feel there is absolutely nothing left to improve upon, but you also always know when it is ready and it's time to stop working on it. For me, this adds even more hope for myself and my creations, as there is always more to come, new ideas, new creations, and most of all, new hope for what's to come. In all, I have to say that creating has been a large factor in my recovery from the obsessive behaviors I was fighting earlier this year. It has kept me positive throughout my days, no matter what happens. It has kept me thinking about what's to come, about what's next, and if there is something I aspire to do, to be, I know with time and effort, I can learn and grow until I reach my goals. Because when I am creating, whatever I set my mind to, I can do. It takes time and effort, a lot of it, and a lot of failed attempts. But eventually, I always seem to reach my goals as a creator, and because of this, it makes it easier to reach my life goals as well. Although it seems easy, like I said before, it requires a lot of hard work to take what you are thinking and make it into a reality. Hours and hours of editing, designing everything from animations to lining things up so they flow. And that's after you've already charged everything, recorded, and charged again. But more than this, once the countless hours of preparing your ideas, writing them down, charging all your equipment, recording from every possible angle, editing your creation to where you are happy with it, and finally rendering and uploading are complete, the most meaningful moment is seeing the effects your creations make on others. Because as long as at least one person is affected in a positive way by your creation, you know all your hard work was worth it. That is why I love creating.